The following is a presentation of TFNN. Live at TFNN, the Money Masters.
Let's go to Shivan in Boston. Shivan, what's happening, brother?
I'm watching you both on Tiger TV.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, definitely it is. Learning a lot from Tiger.
Now, your Money Masters, Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes.
Welcome, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate all you tigers and tigresses growling and prowling out here with us. Right now, we have the Dow up 23, Nasdaq's up 5, S&Ps are up 6. We have gold up 350 at 1738. Silver's up 6 cents at 33.66. Platinum is, where is she? She's, holy cow, she's up 34 bucks.
I meant to actually look at it during my show today because we haven't really talked about platinum.
I know.
And it is really up off the bottom, almost a couple $100. Yeah. In fact, I was looking at some of the candles on there and I said, I wish I had paid attention to this. Yeah. Because as it was putting in its lows, it made sense. And
no doubt. That's you get bonds down full point and King dollars down 14 ticks. The euro's up 43. So let's go over to platinum first. Let's see, PLAT. So I bring this baby up. Oh, look at that acceleration.
Yeah.
So
nice
1400 to 1640, and
it's got 1674 written all over. But I think more likely 1721. I think it goes all the way back up to the highs from February.
Yeah.
So which is kind of interesting.
Oh yeah, no doubt. And that's the car business taking off. Sell a lot of platinum, man. That's
And what I was referring to, folks, this morning was as I was taking a look at it and realized I hadn't really looked at platinum for a while. Was it as it made a low coming back into December 29th, 2011? Did it with a nice little hammer candle. And that area was tested several times here along the bottom. Was tested back in May 2012. Was tested back in June. The end of June 2012, in this area here, just this hammer never got. Usually, it'll get down into the middle of the hammer. So it just showed you just simply how strong platinum actually was, and then boom, you got a nice sign of strength out here. August 16th, 17th, and it's having a nice move.
Yeah, it's huge. There's no doubt. And platinum is so hard to mine. I think just. The price to get it out of the mine is like $1,200 anyway.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's big money.
Well, wasn't it where they were having some? Maybe they still are having some mining problems, right? And there was
it was the union problems.
Okay,
yeah, right. Yeah. But they are still having union problems.
Okay,
big time too.
Things are pretty tough when you start killing your own workers.
Yeah, well, it's always the thing that's amazing there. Is that it's always an us and them.
Yeah.
You know what I
mean? Oh, yeah, I hate that.
It's slavery is a tough deal.
Yeah.
And that's it's. I'll tell you, man, and it's happening. There's a lot of places that are going up in fire right now. I mean, you see in Libya.
Oh my God! Yeah, killed. Yeah, it's one of our ambassador to U.S. right?
Yeah, ambassador.
Yeah. You gotta love the Arab Spring.
It's
turned into a. It's turned into. They've lit the fire a little bit higher now. It's burning. Like you said, it's burning.
Right. Well, that one's a trip, no doubt. I just said to my son, now it happens there. Okay, the Marines guard the embassies.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Yes.
So, I said to him, I says, you know what? I says, bottom line, I says, they told them to go back inside, and they thought they were going to get away with, and they hit it with rockets.
Yeah, exactly.
And if I've learned anything, and this is sad but true, folks. Okay, the bottom line is that they're there to guard it and start firing. Okay, out the other side.
Oh, absolutely.
And I bet it wasn't done. I don't know. He's saying to me, you don't know. I says, well, I know one thing, man. Do you know what I mean? When someone's coming at you, go get them and kill them. You know what I mean? Sorry, but I am flipped out over it. There's no doubt about it because I'm sure there's a couple Marines. Well, hopefully there's not one else. But anyway.
Yeah. No. Okay. I know we don't try to turn this into a political show.
Well, I don't even guess politics. That's life. That's life.
Well, I understand.
You know what I mean?
No,
that's
totally.
Like, okay,
absolutely.
You want to come at me? Well, good luck to you, man. Do you know what I mean? Because
no, look, it's sickening. I mean, it's absolutely.
It's over the top, man.
Yeah,
it's over the top. So Germany.
Super Mario.
Yeah, Super.
Super Mario. Didn't he use the word unlimited?
Yes.
With the exception of the limitations.
Yeah, well, and that's what Steve's talking about. Now, so check this out, folks. Super Mario wants to do it unlimited, okay? The Supreme Court in Germany today said, okay, listen, you can come out and you can give the 190 billion.
Yes.
They're giving 190 billion euros anyway.
Yes.
To the stabilization fund. However, after that, if there's going to be more, you have to put it through the legislation. So, what that means is that, Germany's in for 190 billion.
Yeah.
What it also means, though, is that they only have 645 billion, which is nothing.
I know.
Folks, they sneezed that in a weekend. Okay.
Exactly. I could swear that Spain not too long ago needed at least a couple $100 billion.
Oh, Spain's even better.
Right.
Now listen, the guy in Spain, he's a piece of work. I mean, the good news for the people of Spain, is that this guy, he's going up for election again, but he's not really smart, really. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He comes out this morning. I got to get this quote. This morning, he comes out, he says, well, hey, listen, we don't even need the bailout now.
Right, I have heard that.
We don't need the bailout. It's amazing that, we've been talking about it, that I knew once they got it, they could push as many bonds out as they want. And that's what he's saying. He says, hey, the rates come down, we're pushing these babies out, man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And folks, they need the bailout. Oh, here it is right here. Okay. Spain sees no urgency for bailout funds. Spanish leaders said they can delay a decision on seeking a bailout as bond yields ease, with their focus on ensuring any rescue doesn't roil markets. Prime Minister Rajoy told Parliament it's not clear if Spain needs a bailout, as the European Central Bank crisis plan has cut borrowing costs. There's no urgency because he's right.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, you get the cash flow back. There's no urgency.
Yeah.
Let's go have a few more glasses of wine. Oh, you gotta love it. So now we get Ben Bernanke.
Yes.
We get the Fed starting today, and if we look at the markets, so it's. The bond market is pulling back. That's with light volume, though, big time.
Yeah,
okay?
It should come back to the 146 level.
Yeah, and the speculation, folks, is that the Fed's going to turn around and say we're going to extend zero interest rates to 2015.
Yeah,
and the speculation, well, they don't know what is going to be the other QE part of this thing. You know what I mean? So, we'll see where it shakes and bakes. When you look at the gold market out here, the gold market certainly couldn't hold it. The gold market right now is saying that, whatever he comes out with tomorrow morning, to me, is saying that, hey, you know what? It's not going to happen. Whatever it is, it's going to pull gold back versus putting it up. Because what gold just did out here, it just tested not only the highs of a couple days ago, but what it's actually doing is it's going into its downdraft. And it really should have already spiked. I mean, my take, it really should have already spiked the 1790. And it can't do it. I started watching it yesterday. I said to myself, why is that not? It should be spiking it.
Yeah.
And it's not.
Yeah. So my take in my newsletter this morning for my subscribers, what they heard from me is I expect that whatever he comes out with tomorrow is going to disappoint the markets.
Yeah, no, I do too.
Yeah. And so to me, I think the probability is better on that side. We'll see some type of spike low coming in.
Yeah.
Or move down.
Right.
You've got over in Germany, the DAX completed a pattern out there. So it completed a 1 to 1.272 A to B equals CD up. So
did it?
Yeah, it did that. Almost within a few bucks. It had the potential to move a little bit higher to do this 1.272 butterfly in the 75.10 level. But 74.22 was, or 74. 74.22 was 74.12 was good enough to complete a pattern out there, and it got to 74.10 this morning.
Okay, so what is that pattern now?
Well, this is an A to B equal. There's an A to B equals CD. That's 1 to 1.272.
Okay.
So that completed this morning.
I got it. Okay. Right.
The other pattern that was just a little bit higher than that would have been this one, the butterfly pattern.
I was listening, man. This morning when I was getting up early. I says, man, I hope the DAX is up 200 points. You got to picture this, folks. I'm never hoping the DAX is up 200 points, but I was this morning.
Yeah. So it's got so there's there's pattern completions. You know, you're taking a look at gold. I'm taking a look at, you know, what the euro has done, what the dollar has done. You know, King dollar pulling back. It's up against an area here that should be support. It's got a 1.618 butterfly pattern that it's basically completed this morning. It's got a 0.786 Gartley buy pattern that completed this morning. Not that these can't fail, but they are up against areas here that should be pretty decent support here. You know, and as well as coming back into the descending price channel out there. So, and the euro itself completed a pattern out here this morning. It completed a 0.618 pullback. It completed a 1.272 expansion. It's done everything that it needs to do. So everything kind of just setting up here for Uncle Ben to actually kind of disappoint.
Yeah, no, listen, man, and just as we were talking, just we were talking here, gold.
Somebody sold some gold.
You're selling more gold. They're selling. This is going to get dangerous here. You know, gold was up $12. Now it's up $1. You know, and that's not a big move, by the way, folks, because when you're dealing with something with $1,700. But the fastness of the move is like, okay, someone's sitting there, and you know what you will see is that whether it's later today or first thing tomorrow, all these patents are going to set up, which you just said, and you know, someone always knows something, so the positioning is going to get done. It's going to get done in a big way. This morning on CNBC, right?
Yeah.
This is the first time that, you know, folks, the financial debacle. They had the former chairman of Wells Fargo.
Yes. Okay.
And it was really great. And he was, I guess, the last time
he was basically the first engine that was forced to take money that they didn't want to take.
That's correct.
Right?
That's correct.
And I mean, he was one kind of saying, hey, you know, I don't need this. Okay, deal with the other guys, but I don't need it. Don't be messing with me.
That's right. That's right. And he went through, you know, he was talking about that the regulators, bottom line, had every regulation that they needed in order to do their job.
Sure.
And bottom line,
as oftentimes they do.
And
that's right.
Bottom line, they didn't do their job.
Yeah.
The neat thing, and you get a picture. This is going back and forth, folks. And the thing that has always drove me crazy, and you know, depending on how long you've been listening to me, I've walked through, even before the 2007 deal, the fraudulent deal, because I've seen 3 real estate crashes.
Yes.
The first one, I was too young. I saw the crash in '74. Okay.
Yeah.
But I didn't really understand what it was.
Sure.
You know, then the 2 after that, the savings and loan.
That's right. Yeah.
Savings and loan, absolutely fraud. Okay. The 188 was fraud.
Yeah.
Okay. And this one, folks, was fraud. It was.
Oh,
fraud
no question, all
everywhere.
over the place. That's right.
Okay?
Yeah.
And he come out, and you know, they're looking at him, and of course, you know, Joe Kernan is one-way Joe. He wants to be on Fox. I mean, you know,
for sure.
He's a born-again Fox guy. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's like, anyway, so the guy says, hey, listen, man, you know, the bottom line is that you had Citigroup, you had Bank of America. There was eight big banks.
Yeah.
A couple other banks, and he said it was flat out fraud. Yeah. Okay. And then Beck says, "Why isn't anyone in jail?" He says, "Yeah, I'd like to know myself."
Oh,
you stay right there.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was huge. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, all you tigers and tigresses, you stay right there. We'll come right back, folks.
Kate Stalter's exciting newsletter, Low Priced Leaders, has just launched, and now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial. Every Wednesday afternoon, Kate sends out her weekly newsletter to her subscribers, where she focuses on small cap stocks with market caps under $2 billion, as well as low-priced equities with share prices ranging from $5 to $12. Kate tracks a variety of stocks with a combination of strong technical support and solid fundamentals. Many of the stocks featured will be recent IPOs. These newer issues are often some of the biggest price gainers in the market and provide an excellent opportunity for substantial gains if timed correctly. You can catch Kate Stalter live on Tiger TV with her small cap roundup every Tuesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and visit TFNN.com right now to get your 2-week free trial to her brand new newsletter, Low Priced Leaders, while locking in the low introductory monthly rate of only $37.50 per month, almost a 50% discount. Act now.
with the launch of Tiger TV. TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Ken Shreve, Kate Stalter, David White, Larry Pezzamento, Victor Jones, or Daryl Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investments, and whether you're bullish or bearish on Chinese stocks, the ETFs from Direction Shares are there to help you magnify your perspective. Bull ETFs for a rising market and bear ETFs for a falling market. Direction Shares gives you the tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
Millionaires are made every day. The fact is, living your dreams is possible. Someone, somewhere is going to get rich. My recommendation is, let that be you. Each day, someone is making the decision to better themselves and creating a plan to fulfill their financial dreams. Let that be you. The key to turning dreams into reality is to take massive action. Let that be you. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of the Money Master Show with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN, and I can help you with your journey to great wealth. I'll show you how to create the ultimate financial edge, a set of tools, insights, and strategies that are part of my daily newsletter service, Mastering Probability. You'll have direct access to me by phone, email, and my private library of trading and investing secrets for 30 days with an unconditional money-back guarantee. I'll take your trading to the next level. Click on my name, Steve Rhodes, on the homepage at TFNN.com and turn your dreams into reality. Mastering Probability, folks. Let that be you.
This segment is brought to you by Goldfields. For more information, just click the Goldfields banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate you growling and prowling out here with us. And I think we're about a few hours away from the Apple show, right?
Yeah.
Apple's
sometime
Apple,
this afternoon.
The Apple show, no doubt. You know what's amazing is that when you think about Steve Jobs and what he did, it's just phenomenal. It's such a shame that he had such a short life, because I was thinking about him this morning, and I was working out with Nico, and he says it's just amazing. Now Nico's an Apple freak, okay? You are too.
Yeah.
I love Apple too, but I use that kind of like But what is amazing, folks, is that Nico says to me, he says, "Isn't it amazing what they can do? They have everyone they're on the side of the chair."
Sure.
And it really is. Last night we were at a fundraiser.
Yeah.
And well, let's see, 10 minutes of the conversation out of an hour was about, hey, the Apple thing's coming out tomorrow. And I said to Nico, I says, it's absolutely amazing what they can get going. And there's no doubt about it.
Yeah. It's and they finally, the vision, okay,
right.
And I've told you this. I mean, originally the PC, the personal computer, was the vision was to have one computer, in every house, or in every room in every house.
And now they are.
I mean, that was really the vision, was every room,
right, in
essence. And and to a certain extent, that now, because of the power of mobile, that really has occurred.
Yeah,
and it really worked when you just simply consider around the world,
right?
With regard to mobility,
right,
and the power that people have at their hands. You can go to the most far out places,
right,
in the world, and within the next 10 years, most of the world's going to have phones.
Oh, there's no
computers,
doubt.
Technology. Search for whatever piece of information you need, place a trade, whatever it is.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
There's no doubt.
I suppose it also means that you're always connected. That's the downside. So you got to find ways to make sure that you find your own time for yourself.
You know what I do? What I do is this: is that. Particularly because we're always on computers, you know what I mean? And I love them. There's no doubt, because productivity and for what we do.
Yeah.
But then what I just do is that I just don't take my phone.
Yeah.
And I really only started that about 4 months ago. And it's just because it's like, hold it. Well, I know it's because this is what ended up happening is that between flying, right?
Yeah.
If you're flying somewhere, it drives me crazy. It drives me crazy, period, when you can be in company with people and all that.
Yeah.
And everyone's just on their phone. But for some reason at the airport, I see it more. Either that or I'm out of here, so I see it.
Okay.
And when I'm seeing everyone looking down.
No, for sure.
So everyone's walking looking down. I'm saying to
yeah.
myself, okay, hold it.
Yeah.
There's a beautiful world out there. The stars are out there.
For sure.
And it's like, okay, do I want to be looking down? Because I'll do the same thing.
Yeah.
It's like, no, get rid of that thing.
Yeah,
and so that's when I just started. I said, you know what? It's not the end of the world. Not taking your phone out for the night. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah.
They're hitting gold. I'm getting itchy. I'm getting itchy, man. I'm getting itchy. I'm telling you. There's got to be a good opportunity here, but I think it's getting close. This is going to see. This is a wild one. It's if we spread this out, folks. If we spread this out over the course of, let's say, we spread it out over the course of 2 or 3 years, right?
Yeah.
What I see happening here is this. Okay, you get Bernanke. We know that the savings accounts have the most amount of money in them. The checking accounts have the most amount of money in them.
Businesses,
the businesses have the
large corporations.
most amount of money in them.
Yeah.
And to me, it's fear that they're not spending it. Okay, but who knows why? Okay, but that's what it seems like. The amount of money that is in the system, as soon as the velocity of cash.
Yes.
Okay, as soon as it starts getting spent.
Yes.
Then we start turning into velocity. And all this velocity means, folks, is that in your community, can that cash turn over 4 times? Because if cash turns over 4 times inside a community, let me tell you something, you're all rich. It's just like that.
Yeah.
Most times you only turn over 1.5. Okay, you get up to 4 times. Oh baby, that means everyone.
And isn't that cool how that actually works? Because the same principle basically. If you run a business, think of yourself as running a business,
right?
And the more times you turn your inventory,
right,
the more successful your business is, and the better off you're doing as far as managing cash, your assets, and everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
And I think we're both lucky because we've both done it. Do you know what I mean? So I wasn't taught this. I was taught this because I was watching the cash go through my hands.
For sure.
And then making sure.
Hey, that's the best way to learn it, though. That's
my
the
friends
best
were
way.
taken care of. Yeah, no. I mean, I would in South Boston. I'd make it on one end. I'd go up to Broadway. I'd spend it on the other end. I had a lot of friends that were opening business at the same time, and we'd just do it. And we were at a lucky time too. There's no doubt about that. I'm talking about 1980 going all the way to about 88. You know what I mean? We created a lot of different businesses.
Yes.
Meaning I had my business, but I had other friends. But we had both of it going. It was a good part of the economy. It was coming out. We were all 30. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it happens, and it's real. And as soon as we come back, we'll talk about that because we'll spread this out a couple years. We have the Dow. We have the Dow up 24. Nasdaq's up 2.5. S&Ps are up 5. We're going to be right back, folks.
You've heard Tom O'Brien on the air, and you've seen him on Tiger TV, as well as being featured as a regular CNBC guest and contributor, and now you can have access to his expert trading advice each morning through his daily trading newsletter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, gives traders, investors, and money managers a thorough strategy for trading stocks, options, and indices every market day. Market Insights comes out each market day before 9:30 a.m. and provides provides traders with Tom's daily commentary, opinion, and specific trade recommendations on the markets. Using advanced Fibonacci methods, volume indicators, Gartley patterns, candlestick charting, gaps, and market timing, Market Insights will give you specific trade recommendations including entry, stop, and exit prices. The summer is over and traders are back. Get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. If you're an investor looking for a great weekly investment newsletter, then now is the perfect time to try out Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Every Tuesday, Ken breaks down multiple sectors in his weekly newsletter, Ultimate Growth Stocks, with a full in-depth report including specific trading recommendations within his model portfolio, charts, sector analysis, upcoming economic data, along with intra-week trading updates on newsletter positions whenever the market dictates. Right now, you can receive a full month, that's 30 days, to evaluate Ken's newsletter free of charge to see if it fits your trading plan. At less than $75 per month, Ken provides you with his expert trading advice that can pay for itself in no time. Take advantage of this great offer by signing up for a 30-day free trial to Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks today. Don't let this offer pass you by. Visit the front page of TFNN.com and sign up now.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes that a carefully selected portfolio can lower volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and the Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angela O'Brien, First Vice President and Certified Financial Planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's Nadex.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
This segment is brought to you by Crocodile Gold. For more information, just click the Crocodile Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate all you tigers and tigresses growling and prowling out here with us. Dow right now is up 14. NASDAQ is up 1. S&Ps are up 4. So when we talk about
velocity of money, gold, the longer the 3-4 year picture.
You know, okay, so all that money that's out there, folks, okay? And this has to do with gold and the U.S. dollar. Is it going to be used? Yeah, it is going to be used.
Okay.
And it's going to be a flood. But that flood is probably not going to happen for another couple years.
Okay.
You know, because what you have is that the fear is still too much. And, you know, as one of the Tigers was saying it just in the den, that because of the downdraft, people are even scared. And they are. You brought that up yesterday.
Yeah,
There's
for
no
sure,
doubt about that.
For sure.
But this money will come back and you know, in fact, you know what I'll do tomorrow? I have one of the charts that I did for the real estate,
Yeah.
was the exponential growth of money. When you see that chart, folks, let me tell you something. You think you're looking at 5 different Empire State Buildings.
So you know there's cash lurking out there, right?
Folks, I'm not kidding. So picture something. Just picture a building that first off is 100 stories high. Okay.
Yeah.
And we could go from like the 1930s to about 10 years ago, and you only get to about the 20th story. And then from 10 years ago to 5 years ago, you go from like the 20th story to about the 50th story.
Yeah.
Then you go 50th to the 90th.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
That's
that
the express elevator.
It's that exponential. Okay. So to make a long story short, what I'm looking at is that you will get inflation, but it's going to be later than most folks think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that money has to get into the system.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter how much money. This is where people get this wrong. It doesn't matter how much money gets printed.
Yes.
What does it matter?
How much money's out there flowing around? Yeah,
That's what it matters.
That's what
it
it's
matters
all
because
about. Yeah.
that's what puts the pricing power behind it.
Yeah.
Okay, and you can take all the money in the world. If it's in the mattress, it doesn't mean a
Sure,
thing,
that's
you
right.
know?
Yeah.
So,
like you're talking about, it's that velocity.
it's the velocity of the cash.
Yeah,
it's the velocity of the cash going through it.
Yeah.
When we talk about velocity of cash, don't forget about the Tiger Dollar deal. If you want to make 20, 25%, or 30% of your money,
that is the best velocity of cash, right there.
This is velocity of cash, and this deal is ending, folks. Okay, we have been doing this deal for a couple of years, but bottom line, it's ending.
Yeah.
It's an ending this Sunday. So the way it works is that if you bought $500 in Tiger Dollars, you get $600. If you bought $800, you get $1,000. If you buy $1,150, you get $1,500. There's no expiration dates. They're transferable. If you do participate in it, I'm going to be also doing a Master Trader trading live. That's going to be on the next day that they release the
monthly jobs report.
Monthly jobs
first
report,
Friday
October
of every
5th.
month, yeah.
And you get that for free. All those details on the front page of TFNN. Let's go to Frank in Daytona Beach. Hey, Frank, what's going on?
Oh, everything's going pretty good, Tom and Steve.
Excellent.
Good, man. Good.
But I just had a little tidbit here because I know you always talk about gold. And I just did the numbers last night because, they always sitting there talking about how there's not enough money in Social Security and they keep raising the retirement age and everything.
Well, I don't think they've raised the retirement age.
Well, I mean, they was at 65 at one time, then they raised it for me 66 and a half, and now eventually they're talking about raising it to 70. But the interesting little tidbit was, if you go to when I went to my Social Security statement and I just added up how much money I contributed and my employer,
right,
and then to divide it by what they estimate my retirement will be at 66 and a half.
Yes.
I only come up to that money would only last 5.6 years.
Right.
But if you took that same money and I went back to a historical gold chart and took that same money and bought ounces of gold every single year, that today I would have enough money, that same amount, $1,804 would last 26 years.
I love
That's
it.
pretty cool, man.
I love it. Yeah,
That's
because you're talking to the king of always saying that's how much that's how much gold I need in order to buy that out there. So it's really a cool thing that you did,
thing
Frank.
You did, man. I gotta do that too. So they just that's so cool. So what he did, folks, is this: when you get those statements,
because it shows you each year what your contribution is. Yeah,
that is so cool, man. Well, see, you and I had it made, though, because the reality, the first ones, I start working, over the table, like 14 or something.
Yes,
so,
for sure.
Were you valuing the gold then at $35?
No, I went and got the historical gold chart from the computer.
But it was $35.
Yeah, it's at 76.
Yeah. And matter of fact, the earliest I started was
that might not be as old
1975.
75.
Okay. So you were 25.
I'm 54.
Oh, you're a young chicken. 54. what? 54. I see what you're saying. Okay, right.
Yeah, but see, that was the amazing thing. Between me and my employer, I've only contributed $122,000.
Yeah.
But if you took that same money every single year, I went back and even calculated in what the percentage rate was for that year, on Social Security, and it would turn out to be $568,000 in gold.
Yeah, I think you're giving away a platform here for one of the political parties as to how to solve things going forward. You need to start talking about the velocity of cash here. Huh?
Yeah,
and
but
everything. How about that?
No, you can't buy it at 1730 though. It's not. It's not going to go from 1730 to 10,000. You know. I don't see that.
I figured out the gold price at today's price that was at 1740.
Yeah. No, listen, man. I like what you did, man. No doubt.
And really the highest. I went back and even just because you always have to have a base.
Yes.
And I even went back and just figured out what the minimum wage was for every single year, and figured if you was to sit there and buy gold for that year. And the highest standard of living for the average person in this country was 1969, and since then it has pretty much just declined.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't agree with that. That's not even
if
close.
You consider what you could purchase for it.
Yeah, but okay, in 1969, man. Yeah, let me ask you something.
I'd say that was a tough time in our.
Let me ask you something. So you had a better standing of living in 1969 than you do now?
Well, I didn't start working until 1975.
Yeah. Well, I'm just asking you. I mean, what about your family?
Well, if you actually sit there and figure out what the average wage was, I mean, as minimum wage was, compared to what you could actually purchase in gold or any commodity.
But quality of life is more than what you make. Quality of life has to do with what the infrastructure is in your city, what the infrastructure is in the country, what you can just even go into public lands.
Yeah. Well, I was pretty much just using purchase price.
No, that's real money.
I
understand what you're saying. All I'm saying is that you for the quality of life issue, okay?
Yeah.
I think when you're putting inside a formula for quality of life, there's no doubt about it that it's okay what we make, but it's also what happens with the communities, what happens, I mean, and to me, we're 10 times better off than we were in 1969. You know what I mean? And 69 wasn't bad, but it seems that I think bringing up children, trying to get them a good education, that's a huge battle, and I feel for people that are doing that, now. I mean, it was pretty tough when we were doing it, but I think that is one of the biggest battles.
It is tough now. Even in college, I got kids. I got 2 kids that are still in college, in top-rated schools in Florida.
Right.
And was with them, one this weekend, one last weekend, or last weekend and the weekend before. And what is amazing to me is the number of they're at school, supposedly.
Yes.
And the number of classes that they're taking where they're online.
Yeah, right. No, I know. It's a gaffe.
It is. I'm just like, you're what?
Yeah, it's a gaffe. There's no doubt.
You're up there at school and you've got an online course?
Yeah.
What the heck?
No, I know.
The amount of money and everything invested in?
Huge.
I was like, oh, man.
Technology has made some things a lot easier for us.
Yeah.
But out of curiosity, where do you really see this market going? Maybe even after the elections?
825.
You see that tattoo I got in my head?
Well, I that's maybe my wife tells me all the time, I just think way too negatively. And I know you keep saying 825, but you see this market just keep marching on.
Well, you know what? See, to me, 825 is not a negative, but I can tell you this, even when I sit down with Steve, I said this to him yesterday, I said, you know what? I'm so bullish on the economy, and I'm bullish on real estate, and I put my money behind it, right? And it's hilarious. My wife's saying to me, you know what? She said, you're so bullish you can't see straight, but you still think the market's going back. I says, I do. So there is a disconnect. There's absolutely a disconnect. But you know what? There's nothing I can do about it because the way that I do things is systematic. And, to me, real estate's going up, and it is going up. I mean, the numbers come out this morning. I mean, Arizona is up 15% in 1 year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're up here. We're off the bottom. It's going forward. But that doesn't mean for a second, to me, that inside the market that these companies are valued, they're not. To me, they're not.
Yeah.
For what you're paying for, it's just not there.
Yeah, and Frank, if we take, we take your gold Social Security correlation, and we just simply carry that through to the Dow, I just simply like to use the correlation date, November 25th, 2008, when they first started printing money, when you had the first QE out there. So even though the Dow is back up towards its highs in 2007, it's at 13,327 right now. If you just bought the Dow with gold back when QE started, because that's all I really see having taken place in many instances, it's just a revaluation of assets, an accounting exercise, okay? And so right now, today, the Dow, to have just simply been on par, to be worth the same amount of gold on November 25th, 2008, should be at 18,000. You're at 13,000.
Really?
So So to me, that just shows you really how
underlying.
And if you went back and you can Google this or search for it, and you go listen to Greenspan, and he talks about just simply the psychology aspect. The psychology aspect is find some way to prop the markets up, so that people think that times are better than they really are.
Even in the last release that what Bernanke talked about, he flat out said that he felt that the QE propped up asset prices in the stock market, and he felt that people felt better because of that.
Yeah.
And they have. There's no doubt about that. You know what I mean? Now, the real question is, folks, are you going to take any money? That's
or are you going to put it in the market and
are you going to go through it again?
That's right.
Are you going to go through it again? That's what it really comes down to. Well, Frank, listen, we appreciate that work you did, man.
Thank you very much for your time, and I love listening to your show. I listen to you every single day.
Thanks so much, man.
Cool.
And I did sign up, me and my son, to come down for this free course here at the end of this month.
Oh, great.
Hopefully I'll learn something.
You will.
Hey, Frank, do you watch us on TV?
On the Internet, yes.
Perfect.
Oh, that's cool. That's
okay,
good.
man.
That's good.
Every single day.
Have a great one, man.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
I love somebody he took your original work, your thought process.
Yeah.
Or you'd say to Angie, "Wait a minute, that's 2 ounces of gold. That's a half ounce of gold out there." So I love just kind of doing those correlations because it makes you think outside the box and
makes you understand what value is,
which
is dynamite.
Yeah.
Okay. I got to do that, man. And see, he's a young chicken. There's no way I can value it at $35 though, because I don't think you can buy it at $35. Right? I mean, it was valued
that's okay.
at
Go back and do it based on silver.
But I can do it on $252.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somehow it's still you're gonna like, oh man.
It would still be there. No, I know. Now, well, of course, you know what the other side of that is. The other side of that. And this is what the sad part too, folks, is that what Frank is talking about is that the amount of money that we put into Social Security compared to what you're going to get paid out at,
for sure,
is one of the best investments you ever could make.
Yeah, right. Well, that's why there's some problems.
Oh, huge problems.
Yeah. Remember, if something sounds too good,
it is.
That's where the game stops.
Yeah, no doubt.
Which is why you want to solve some of that situation. You've got to get people back to work. We need more people contributing to the kitty.
Well, so watch this. That's what we have. That's where that next demographic comes from.
I understand that. Yeah, I understand that piece of it.
It's terrible, but that's where it does come from.
Yeah. We got to get our kids out there working hard for us.
Oh, my God. Let's go to Dave in Boston. Hey, Dave, what's going on?
Gentlemen, how are we doing this morning?
What's happening, man?
Hey, did you catch that Patriots game Sunday? They looked pretty good.
Oh, man, I didn't.
Yeah, they did a nice job. The defense looks fantastic, Tom and Steve, so that's what I was really looking at. They shut the run down to like 20 yards. They couldn't run on this team at all with the new defensive players they got. Looking good.
Oh, that's good, man. That's good. I like that. Who'd they play?
Hey, have you noticed the past few minutes, boy, the commodities are getting hit. Oil just sold off. Gold, the SPY is down, and oil inventories are up 2 million barrels. We could get a little reversal here. Steve, I think your commentary this morning is right on the numbers.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that.
Yeah, they're whacking the commodities.
Look at the XLE. It's going to wait a little longer, but that XLE looks like it's getting hit pretty good right about now. I was wondering about taking a short on the, maybe taking the ERY.
You stay right there. This is Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. We got Dave from Boston. We want to hear from you, folks. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. You stay right there. Mark the flat, folks.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to tfnn.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the Rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to tfnn.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to tfnn.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Time is the great equalizer of all mankind. Time doesn't care about winners or losers, who succeeds or fails. Time only cares that you played the game. Question: are you playing the money game? Is your money working as hard for you as you are for it? I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, a daily trading and investment newsletter service, and we're celebrating our 1-year anniversary. In year 1, we generated a 30% profit. Plus, I provided 26 hours of live coaching to my clients. My daily newsletter service is available by 8 a.m. each day and covers the stock, futures, currency, and commodity markets, along with all the current patterns that you can trade. Each newsletter is packed with education, and it's yours for as little as $3 per day. And for the next 30 days, you can try it risk-free. Click on my name, Steve Rhodes, on the homepage of TFNN.com and begin your journey to great wealth today. If you're waiting for a better tomorrow, remember this: today's tomorrow will soon be yesterday, and your clock is ticking. Mastering Probability. Now is your time.
Catch Basil Chapman as he uses his Chapman Wave methodology to call the markets. The Tiger Technicians Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate you growling and prowling out here with us. We have Microsoft up 22, Citigroup's up 40. We get JP Morgan Chase up 31. BAC is down 12. We're talking with Dave from Boston, and he's looking at the XLE. Well, you know, the XLE to me, Dave, I'd like to see it back inside that 72, 77 area, you know?
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't mean it has to get in there, you know, to pull it off. But if that's what it did, that would give me a lot more money management in place, because then all I have to do is put my stop on the other side of that area. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it still looks like it wants to go back and touch those highs back in February, I think.
Yeah, they are. You know, and then you have, you know, just a swing point from August 21st that was taken out with volume. You know, so getting above that, so, you know, it's going to have some decent support as it comes back to the, you know, Tom was looking at a little different swing point. It's really the same, you know, and so you know, and then you have to really go over to ExxonMobil, because for the XLE you're looking at, I don't know, something like 30% or so.
Oh, yeah.
And ExxonMobil hasn't shown yet that it's ready to give it up. So.
Yeah. It may pull back a little bit, then reshoot. Hey, real quick, a lottery ticket. Great Basin Gold's down to 9 cents. I guess they shut a mine down. You think, should we wait for a sign of strength? But
yeah, don't buy that lottery ticket.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't buy that lottery ticket.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right, guys. Hey, thanks a lot.
Hey, thanks for calling. It's always good to hear your voice.
You got it. Bye.
All right.
So, folks, today you stay right there, because we're going to be going up to Newton, Massachusetts. Our man, Mr. Basil Chapman's going to be with you for the next 2 hours. Then Dallas, Texas, Darryl Martin back here with David White. Out to California, Ken Shreve, and then back here 4 to 6 with Tom O'Brien.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. Now, so Apple, we haven't looked at the Apple chart here. And I'm kind of not doing a whole lot, I guess, really waiting for the announcement, see how the market wants to respond. Now, you know, what it has done is obviously it's moved lower, but, you know, nothing huge today.
You know, and I suspect, I mean, the volatility is going to be really sweet. I suspect, you know, what you're going to see first is that, you know, Apple's at 659. That can spike up to 666, 670 in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, because see how that's setting up?
Yeah.
Because all we've really done here, folks, I got this on a 9-day, 10-minute, and what we've done is that we've come back into how it was trading on the 31st.
Yeah.
And it has some juice, but not enough to break it down. So it's like, you know, whatever the announcement's going to be, it looks like it's going to pop at first.
Yeah.
And then you sell the pop. But
they're just waiting for your order.
It looks like
your phone order.
Oh, listen, they're going to get it. They're going to get it, because what I had done, I had already bought, you know, Angie basically a gift card to get it like 3 or 4 months ago.
Okay,
so she's
cool.
saving it.
Okay, good. Okay.
And what is, you know, we were talking about it yesterday. So I finally, you know, do have something that I can buy off Apple, because, you know, because they already have everything. I mean, they already got the iPads, they got the phones. You know what I mean? But now probably the new phone is going to be on the agenda.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love buying electronics anyway. There's something about electronics, isn't there?
Totally.
There's just something about it. Yeah. You know, there really is. You know. So so I believe it's going to be 2:15. Well, actually, the way the Feds go now, the statement will come out at 12:30.
Okay. Yeah. So now after tomorrow, are we kind of like clear sailing here for a month or two? Right. No more ECB stuff that we have to worry about too much. No more Germany stuff. No more Fed.
No
more. You know, what else? What?
The next thing that will come on the agenda will be Spain, even though they're claiming.
Okay.
They have to come up, I think, with $27 billion.
Okay.
Just
to roll over
the 27.
Some of that debt.
To roll over. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, appreciate all you tigers and tigresses growling and prowling with us out there. You stay right there, folks. Our man, Mr. Basil Chapman's coming up next.
Doubleheader. Take care, folks.